Nice job on that recording.
Exactly. Throw door opener. It's been years of training for that one. Exactly. Fourth and final game of this Rocky Mountain District evaluation camp. I watched through some of the other games and I was using the earbuds and it like drowns out. Like, there's no rink noise, which I hated. So we're going iPhone mic, open to the world. Hopefully get a bit more rink noise. I got some tunes playing today, which I didn't yesterday. So we'll see how commentating like this goes and see if it's too noisy or not. But I don't have much for audio test subjects here. So I pretty much gave up after the first game of trying to learn other players that I don't know names, be able to commentate that. They get the numbers and that's it. So they won't be watching the stream anyhow. Hey, face off. Bolt wins at the kickoff. Derby brings it up, and that's going to be offsides right away. Player pushed into the zone.
Yeah.
Face off win by Blue that time, but Norel Lai picks that up. Centers that. Tons of Blue defenders there. Miss Bell brings that up and snipes right away. That's the quickest the scoring's ever been opened here today, or so far this week, but quick rush and a blocker side snipe. Guess you got to change the D after that one. Gold face-off win. Brings it down, throws it towards the net. Smore's got to come out of his net to turn that aside. Weird bounce over the net that almost leaves backdoor attempt. Blue brings that up to the neutral zone. By with some back pressure to turn the puck over. Number 6 does a double crunch on the gold players there. Bishler picks that up. She chips that in. Long closes the gap there and forces her to take some action. Puck goes all the way through Harsh straight off the bench. He sidesteps and chips that forward. Harrington intercepted by gold player, takes her hard in the boards. Blue gets that up. Harrington on the transition, coming down the other way. Karch in pursuit there. She's going to stop up. Going to roll that in deep. Anderson in the corner digging. Bit of a scrum. She comes back up with it. Pass back to Harrington. Nice one touch over the wire. Gets a shot away, but wide. Blue still walks out looking for that same spot that goalie got sniped on before on the top blocker side. Comes out into the neutral zone. Gonna fire that one towards the net. Hugh back to retrieve. She stops up. Pops it over to Egan. Egan up to Wiedenmeyer. To Karsh. Karsh takes a bit of time. Al shuts that down. They still got possession. Wiedenmeyer to Karsh out front. Scrum and net. I still see the puck rolling there. Walsh goes back to Zerby. Zerby to Walsh. Walsh looking for Q, but intercepted. A player close on the backhand. He chips that out, but a little bit too far for a chip and chase. Comes back. Wiedenmeyer gets poked. Actually, she's going to throw that in deep. Walsh fires that in and goes for a change. Intercepted right on the blue line. So gray zone turnovers I've been talking about. Lots of those going on. Zerby comes in. He's going to rim that, but she's got no support on that side. And the jockeying for the puck. The neutral zone. Zerby comes in. She turns that back for a drop pass, but this puck has been bouncy the entire weekend. I was just watching the previous game. It was really bad. Goaltender. Use it for Zerby. Brings it up the ice. This is out to a winger. Loses control, and she's going to chip that in. Layla back in her own zone. Wide digging in on the boards for her. She comes out with it. Looking for a centering option. Quick up. Good body on number 7 by number 55 there to separate her from the puck. Wide picks up that loose puck in the neutral zone, brings it in. I think she's looking for a centering pass and couldn't get that through. Quick up, too far for the winger. That gets thrown right back in the zone. Be nice to see some possession here rather than throwing the puck away constantly. Bell chips that to the center lane, and that gets missed. That's going to be an ice. Shots. 4 goal, but 1 that's single shot and a goal on that for the blue team. Blue wins that face off. They take it behind the net. He gets tied up. Puck stolen. They managed to get that back. Turned down. Shot straight on. Long there, picking up the rebound, but gets tied up. Blue again. Harrington on a low pinch. Keep that puck in possession for Blue. Off long skate. She gets tripped up. Puck behind cars, so she can't quite handle that. So that gets put back into the gold zone. D wheels that puck. Harrington steps up to intercept that pass. Right to Wiedenmeyer, who's got to wait for her teammate to get onside. Hugh with the puck. He jumps in now. Gets a stick.
Oh.
The ensuing scrum. I don't know if that went in straight off Harsh or if Wiedenmeyer or Pugh got a stick on it, but definitely a crash that that's hard on Samora there. We had a Colorado crew out here. Colorado crew plus Remy Karsh with Wiedenmeyer, Walsh, Egan, and Pugh. Egan wheels her own net. She's got some speed coming up. Gets stopped up. Karsh swings that back to Walsh. Walsh over to Wiedenmeyer. A weak side pass. Wiedenmeyer floats one looking for Karsh going to the back door. Hugh steps up. That comes back out to Wiedenmeyer. Ooh, shot through a screen off the crossbar. Egan turns that back. Cycles that low. Walsh and Karsh digging for it. Puck comes out. Hugh takes that puck, dishes that one off. Walsh shot on that, misses the left side. Back to Egan. Egan puts that one low. Karsh walks in. It's another one that gets deflected. She picks the puck back up. Egan. With a big set of shin pads there, and that goes down all the way to the gold zone. Pretty good sustained pressure by that group. Drop pass to Egan. That gets pinched in. Hugh ties that up. Comes back to Egan behind the net. Breakout pass gets intercepted. Turned back by Long. Layla can't handle it, so she retreats into her own zone. Morel picks up loose puck, dropped up a play on that regroup. Serby's going to fire that in all the way. Layla picks it up behind her own net. Going to go cross ice, bounce off the boards to her D partner and comes through the middle. Lie on that pursuit. Ties her up and turns the puck over. Oh, quick turnover by Blue. Center that to get a shot on net, but goaltender covers that up. Be a face off to the left. Face off win back to Wild. Wild puts that down low to Bell. Barrington sends that low. Bell picks it up. Looking for Wild and Fly covering the point there. It's quick D to D up to the middle, but that gets turned over. Looking for a shot from the slot. Wild, good pass up to Bell. She got some speed coming in, the same as she was before, but goaltender stops that one this time. Little chip and paste recovered by number 4. That comes out past the blue line. Zerby's got to retreat. Wild, nice touch over to 14, who comes in fast. He backing up quite a bit into their own zone in that play. She gets the puck back, wrap around, turned aside by the goaltender. Back shot from the point. No traffic in front, so that's gloved up and stop and play with 21 minutes here. Let's play in the first half of this game. Tested face off. Not really recovered by anyone at the moment. Gold managed to get possession and a little bit of a scrum. Puck turned over in the neutral zone. Quick transition by Blue. Put a shot, high blocker, gets stopped. Nice little dish out to the weak side D. He floats one through low. Picked up by our player. Off one of the stanchions in the glass and back out to the neutral zone. Blue across the line, poke checked. It's pitched in by Gold, but Layla back to recover with some speed, wrap around. She runs into 3 players. Gold throws that back in their own zone or in their offensive zone. Puck straight to Karsh off the bench. She dangles through a couple players. Her shot attempt deflected. Eyeing at the mesh. That'll go for a face-off. Face-off tied up, won by Gold. Gold D just throws it down the wall. Load up there looking for Anderson. Hugh steps in and knocks that away. Wiedemeyer to Karsh. Anderson turns that back to Layla. Looking cross ice for a pass. He steps in, rips that one wide. He with a shot fluttering wide. Harrington, low shot towards the net. Misses wide. Scrum along the boards here. Walsh recovers that behind the net. Over to Pugh. She comes up with the puck, still got it. Quick tap up to Carr. She turns back. Carr's Pugh with her. Quick rebound, Pugh gets. Another shot. Oh, Harrington with the goal line save behind the goalie. Egan jumping into the play to get that puck right off the bench, and that goes off and skated into the bench for a stop. Zerby back in her own end with the puck. She gets upended. Chip attempt. It's held in by Blue. Blue back behind the net. Looking for that slot. Lai had it intercepted, but then bounced off her stick. They get a shot off it. Quick transition. Pass behind Lai, so she's going to come back to get it. Blue picks that up right in the middle. That shot was going wide, but goalie gloves that for a save. It's about 16 minutes left to play here in the first. Ace off in by Blue. Brennick sends that up to her D. Gets pickpocketed. Down 2-on-1 with no pass again. That gets rimmed around. That's not going to be an icing here. It's going to die out before it hits the goal line. Gold wheels around. Turns that straight over to the blue team. No. Brennick chips around a player. In on the pressure. Zerby's got to retreat. She's got 2 players on her. Gold puts that puck in. Layla. Little one touch out to get out of zone. Jammed up before the blue line, but that gets poked in all the way into the offensive zone for Gold. He steps up. That's Bell coming in on the far side. Gets around one player. Keeps driving along the boards. Picked up by our teammate. Little drop pass on the cycle on the boards, board side. Picked off. Official in the way on that wraparound or that rim attempt. Fortunately, in the official training this weekend, there's been a lot of officials kind of in the wrong spot and interfering with the play. Up to the boards. Don't know what they're. I think player lost a blade. Face off win by Blue. Wild rims that around to Harrington. Harrington's pass almost intercepted, but it finds its way to number 12, who still going. That puck gets stopped up. Wild steps up and keeps that in, but gets tripped up. Comes across Harrington's good time to bring it in. Comes down the right side. Poke check by Walsh, but she still has it. Walsh ties her up. Pitch around the board, number 63. So looking for Wiedenmeyer. Wiedenmeyer gets tied up, but kicks it forward. Walsh on the forecheck. She retrieves that puck. Pops that back to the D. Puts it straight back to her. Looking for someone in front. Long battling to get that puck out, but that gets kicked back. Wiedenmeyer with the dish out front, paddle down from the goalie to deflect that pass attempt. Wiedenmeyer low cycle down to Walsh behind the net. She gets taken out by Harrington. Little scrum with the puck. She stops that with her hand. That gets kicked out. Wiedenmeyer back. He dangles a bit. He's player down. He goes for the spin around move. Managed to get the puck back. She dishes it off to Karsh. Karsh comes close to losing it. She's just going to put that low. Back to Egan. That was going way wide, but Karsh's tip made it a little bit closer. He walks the blue line. Puts it back down and gets an assist on a bouncy goal that trickles in. Goaltender says she's had enough after that one, and they're going to change up. Puts a goal up. 2-1. Just under 11 minutes left here in the first. Face-off win by Blue. Defended successfully there by, I can't see who that is actually, so it might be Egan. Straight back out to the point. Time to wind up. See a rare clapper. We haven't seen too many of those. Layla fills out on net. That gets blocker deflected. Blue with a couple give and goes low to try to get out of the corner, but still stuck there. Finally comes low to high. Layla. Yakota comes way out of her net to glove that one. Slow down the play here. Clean face-off win by Blue. I get tied up and have to jam it down. Puck gets rimmed to Lie. Lie takes it off her skate. Comes through the middle. She got some speed, but I don't know if she got poke checked or the drop, but number 14 and gets poke check back. Lie picks it up. Back to her D. Arcee gonna chip that off the wall. That's kept in by number 12. Number 12, who I think goes to Purcell Academy, and Kimberly. Harrington looking weak. Pitches her D partner up there. Good pass to the middle by Harrington. That shot attempt gets blocked a couple times. Shot right on. Dakota turns that aside. Nice pass by 56 to 54 for a breakaway. Goaltender reached that well. Tracks that. It covers the puck up for a stop. Face off wing back to blue. Weil gets taken down. Wiedenmeyer. Blue manages to clear the blue line. And the puck gets turned over by force. Fischler taking that all the way around, but that comes back. Wild sends that to the weak side of the ice, number 16. She gets out muscled off that one. Walsh off the bench. Comes through. Nice drop pass for Wiedenmeyer. Wiedenmeyer goes low for that screenshot between the legs. That gets deflected by the. Another quick out from Walsh to Wiedenmeyer. Wild's going to chip that one out. That's going Bell down with speed around the net. Wiedenmeyer gets a stick on to disrupt that Sunday skate. Turnover. Nothing happens on that one. Walsh picks that up behind the net. He's going to run that around looking for Wiedenmeyer, but big pinch by the D to hold that in. Gold looking for Wiedenmeyer, but pass from straight behind her. They should have hit the center lane on that one for sure. Egan retrieves that in her own zone. Backhands that one past Long. Picks the puck up again. He runs into traffic on the boards. Anderson looking for the weak side, but gets caught up. Blue's going to chip that one in deep. Dakota out of her net to backhand that one around the boards. He ties up Anderson for that puck coming through. That goes straight out. Little foot race here. Looks like Blue's going to win that one. Transition back quick. Egan and racing Anderson to get it. Anderson comes up with it. Puts it. Dakota probably should have left that one for Q. Neutral zone. That gets turned over to Blue. They rim it around looking for players streaking. He steps into that number 7 to make sure she can advance. Egan with a little spin around as she goes to the opposite side of the ice. He's got to go to retrieve. Off the winger skating out. Stars with stick in the way. Quick up through a free breakout through the neutral zone. Backhand attempt covered by the goaltender. 3 minutes 30 left here in the first. Blue decides to get the right number of players on the ice and wins the faceoff back to Harrington. Puts that over the Wild. Clean breakout through the neutral zone. Shot on net, gloved. Shots on net pretty even in favor of Blue, 13-11. Face up tied up. Brennan comes up with it. Puts that back cross ice to Wild. Wild drives low. He still has the puck. Little scissor play, but Zerby takes that player into the boards hard. Blue behind the net. Good play by Brennick there. That shot seen all the way through to Yakota. Covers it with less than 2 minutes to play here at the first. Face off. End up picking up by Blue after a bit of a scrum. And a good nets off on that play. We leave Yakota to fix that for herself, apparently. Wiedenmeyer back to Fischler. Pass down low to Lie. It's bounced around. Lie picks that up. That floats behind the net. Big pinch by the D to keep that in. Lie picks that up. Shot attempts blocked by a set of shin pads. Wiedenmeyer looking to one touch that, but that goes to Blue player and gets out. Lie sidesteps the pinch to be able to get that through the neutral zone. She's just going to backhand that into the zone. Blue pitches that around. Winger has to come low. Tied up and turned over right at the blue line, offside on the play. That'll bring us to the end of the first half. Got a new officiating crew out. Score 2-1 in favor of the gold team. Officials working on a little bit of edge work here while they get the chance.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Face up. Walsh goes back to for D. Over to Egan. He pops it out over the blue line. Goal down the right side. Tied up by Ray. Looking for a middle zone. That comes out to Egan in the neutral zone. So he's looking to put that all the way in, but off back very quickly. Anderson drives. He gets to a player, Walsh, and good back check to make sure she gets knocked off the puck. With the Walsh on the point, straight through to Wiedenmeyer. Wiedenmeyer dishes through one, but other D reads that play. Anderson up that long. Long comes in, drop for Anderson. He gets taken out. Wiedenmeyer is just going to tip that in. Arrington turns that back quickly. He comes across. Stick by Egan. Karsh takes that off her skate and in on Wild. He's going to rip a clapper there. The goaltender holds on to. Face off win by Blue. They retreat. Got a Wild in the corner. Pinch by Pew. They got a player flying out. 3-on-1 coming down. Pew deflects that one. Centering pass. A little shift. They got a 3-on-1 coming back. Number 7 back check hard. In that case, probably should have shot. She had the lane in the net, deep playing the pass. Goaltender's going to glove that one. Slow things down. Face off in by Blue. Good control. They're looking weak side off the board. Number 7 picks that up. And then her centering pass goes all the way back to her D. Going to skate around. For cross ice over to 0. He was going to pick that puck up. I'm not sure what the forward was doing there. They got to know that, like, were they trying to get a change? Game definitely changes when you can't change on an icing call, which I think that rule would be a good application for youth hockey. But I don't think the officials could deal with it very well. Puck behind the net. That comes up to point. Point held in. It's Bell tries to block that into the middle. It's turned aside. A lot of hack and slap. No one seems to want to take the puck for themselves here. Just happy to give it away. That's going to go into the penalty box and out of play. Still scored 2-1 for the full team. Shots even at 14. Gold's going to throw that in all the way. Guy looking to pick that up and that on the boards. Tipped out to Zerby. Zerby quick D to D. Transition. The player coming off the bench, smart to not be offside. That kid's throwing down the boards. And then back out to the neutral zone. Oh my goodness. Can we stop dumping the puck in, please? Just turn it over to the other team. It's painful. Blue through the neutral zone down the right side. She stays with the puck. And for D in the middle. For a little bumper play there, but that gets interrupted. 65. Brings the puck in, cuts to the center. It's a shot on net. It's a bad play for a lefty coming in on the right side. Face off win by Blue. That gets rimmed around the Wild. We're going to poke that back to the D. Not too far from Anderson, but Anderson on the floor check. He turns that over. Teammate dishes that out and Gold picks that up. Wiedenmeyer, little quick grip, Walker save. Anderson. Pass into the middle. Number 10 still got on it. That goes off the post. Well, it disrupts Wiedenmeyer, keeps that puck in low. That comes right back out. Wiedenmeyer just going to go to the weak side where Walt is. Harrington lost an edge. Allowing Walsh to get in. Wiedenmeyer gets poke checked up the middle, gets around one player on the wall, but Harrington gets that back and rims that. Egan, high lob shot that's picked out of the air by the goaltender for play stoppage. Face off win, back to Egan. Egan goes to the wall. Down low to Carr. She tries to step out. She still got it. She's got to put that around into the weak side. Player dances. Hughes steps in. Loses. Takes a player's stick away and the puck and keeping that one in. Rim down low. Battle, and that comes out. Cars chips that into the corner. She keeps moving on that. Up to Pugh. Hughes pass intercepted. He comes back. Egan retrieves. You can go reverse to Pugh, but a little bit too far for it. Puck pops out. That does not offside. Quick transition up to Karsh on the far blue line. Karsh loses the puck. Player with a little chip. Egan runs just enough interference to not get a penalty and be effective. She comes out. She gets stick checked right at the blue line. quick transition back. He poke checks that one away. That quick out to lie coming up the boards. Blue wins that eventual board battle. It comes out, walks it in the center, looking for which player that is. It's Bell driving to the net. Straight pad save, kicked right back out to the pad save by Samora, that is. All the way over. Gin pad save off a D, pretending to be a goalie. Lie comes out with the puck. She's going to stop back. Get a player screaming in on her. Goes in, retrieved by Fischler in our own end. Up to number 63. Does lie, comes through the middle, but then gets covered up. That's going to be offside. Face off win back to Gold. Fischler backhands and retrieved by Blue. Comes down the wall to flip that up. Zerby's going to hold that one in. Down the half wall. In the slot bumper play, but they can't control it to get a shot on. Blue transitions back up the ice. Good stick by Samora to get is that Samora? Might be enough for goalie. They must have switched here in the last shift. A good stick to deflect that one out. Blue back on the regroup. Put that into Gold, who rims it. Gold manages to pick that back up, take him down the ice. She gets upended in the corner. Wiedenmeyer with the puck along the boards. Gets knocked down on that play. Blue down the right side, looking to drive. And then dished, turned right over. 6-3-on-2 transition play, but that is offside. "21 minutes left to play here in the second half. Final game. Anderson takes the puck up. She's got some speed. She drives. She looks to cycle that back. That gets back to Harrington on the blue line. Harrington throws it towards the net. It's deflected wide. Brennick looking for Harrington again, but that's one to stick on it. Harrington some pressure by Karj. That out to number 7. Number 7 up through the middle. He gets double teamed there by Egan and her D partner. Egan behind her own net. That comes back to the point. Point shot in. Looked innocent, but wide of the net. Brennick back to number 4. Karj with a quick steal. Not blocking the play. Still tied up in the boards here. Blue's going to flip that in. Send some pressure. Walsh in a quick backhand dish to Karj, but Blue reads that. Anderson gets the puck. Can't get through Egan. Egan back up to the boards again. Karsh is gonna in on Jolie alone. He goes for the back. Little spinorama attempt there. Brennick sends that in deep. Goaltender leaves that for Pugh. Blue on the line change, so she's got some space. Comes up through the middle. Fishes that off. Player can't handle it. So that comes through. Pugh gets it again. Pugh digging. It's taking on the boards hard, but has to get the puck out front. Well, a couple of gold players fall over themselves. They're still figuring out what happened. They cycle it down low on the boards. Puck comes out. Bell shot attempt, which just misses wide. Shot on, saved by the goaltender. And out another chance out front. Sure where the center is on this. Keep ending up having two players out in front on the goal team. Offside, number 6 steps out. He's going to fire a long one. Goaltender holds on to that. Just around 17 minutes to play in the half. This off wing covered up by Blue. I somehow comes out with that. She's screaming. Wiedemeyer on the weak side. Blue with good defensive coverage on that rush. They got about 5 whacks at it and manages to pop that puck in. Put Gold up by a score of 3-1. Tie up on the face off. Gold comes out of that. Wiedemeyer does her best stretch and impression to keep on side. Pick up off the skate. That goes to Fischler. Turns it back in her own zone. Harrington keeps that one in and reads and play well. Pass across to Wiedemeyer, gets tied up by Wild. Wild manages to grab that puck and tie it up along the boards. 65 with a win. Down low. Flies backhand, doesn't quite make it out of the zone. That comes back. Fischler, backhand over to Zerby. Zerby's going to switch sides up to Lai. Lai's centering pass goes off a skate out to the neutral zone. Gets D to D over to Wild. That gets tied up on the strong side. Wiedemeyer, good play to get Lai the puck there. Keep her on side at the same time. Blue quick transition back up. They all go for a change. Other player gets roasted into the boards. Back around to Zerby. It gets turned over to number 7. Seven, obviously a Pens player. No other yellow helmets around. Gold comes up off the face off and shot on net, big rebound. Can't quite get much mustard on the backhand. Into the corner for Anderson. Anderson sidesteps. He reverses that and comes out all the way down. I think no ice because of the Gold was the one who put it back. So Blue keeps that animal right. Blue picks that up, and Anderson's going to come out of their own zone. It's going to fire that in. Tender holds it up for a player, but good battle by 7 to keep possession of that. She gets it down behind the net. A hash mark shot from the boards, which is a great angle. Puck comes around again. That gets chipped out past the defender. So puck race, it ends up going bench. 12 minutes 30 left here, second half.
Like, yeah,
Puck gets kicked back.
what's going
Rush. Pugh stops that. Pokes out to her forwards. Walsh trying to settle that puck down. Can't quite get it before back check pressure. Turns that over. Long. And tied up by Pugh on that play. Walsh tips it around. She's got some speed going. She's going to float that in. Number 63 gets taken out heavy on the boards. Back up to Walsh. Back to Pugh. He's going to dish that around while she gets hooked constantly. She goes back behind her own net. I don't know what was going on with her forward there. I had no idea where the puck was. Got by Wong off the stick of the goaltender. Barrington in. Puck comes back out high. Scissored by a long red. Walsh brings that puck out. Slow motion zone entry there. You're reading that long stretch play, but looking for Bell. It's a block shots, and that finally comes out to Lie. He's got 1-on-2. She's going to cut through the center. Gets poke checked just a little bit. Back goes to the goaltender. They'll fit for a stop. 10 minutes left here in the third. 32nd half. Face off wing, quick shot by Lie. Goaltender doesn't know where it is. Still battling that. They're saying no goal. Kicked in. That one trickles across the line behind the goaltender, but Quick touch from Wild. That gets turned over right at the blue line. And I back in with some speed. She rips one off the side of the net. Chip back out to D. Over a little bit of a fan, but it finds its intended mark. He picks that up and dishes behind the net. Wild slaps that one up and boards to Bell. Turnover in the neutral zone. Goal picks that up, brings that in. It's going to go to the Bell. And another turnover. Wiedemeyer looking for the weak side. And that goes all the way in. Oh, a quick pass out by Wiedemeyer. They're going to chip that in all the way. Zerby back to retrieve behind her own net. So they got some space to skate it. Gold picks that up off a turnover. But goal number 16 pickpockets that and kills the net. Puck comes out to Egan, who throws that in all the way.
Yeah.
For balance of possession, Karsh picks that up behind the net. Number 7 comes out with it. He gets the puck stolen by Wiedemeyer. Wiedemeyer still got it. Good vision by Wiedemeyer to get that out to 64 in front. Face off back to Egan tries to rip down. That goes off the player. That bounces out all the way. Egan back and forth to Karsh. Puck comes out. Rush Egan back. Backhand goes way wide. Comes down low. Took it to the short side, but goalie had that covered pretty well. Gold recovers. Looking for a cross-ice pass, but a fan on it. Over to Wiedemeyer. D plays the pass, so she takes the shot. Nice backhand dish. Oh, that was there was about a 4-pass sequence between Karsh and Wiedemeyer there. Just couldn't finish on it. All Swedish, no finish. He gets that back to her deep partner. Fans on the pass and has to chop that one out of the zone. Quick regroup and transition by Blue. Anderson digging the corner. She walks out with it. Karsh with a big shoulder by Anderson and wasn't happy with that. Gave her a little Jamie Benn cross check to the back for that effort. Long gets at it, bounces that off the boards to Anderson. Anderson good pass to his middle. For Layla coming in. Gold needs a line change here. The D have been out there for a long time. Goaltender gets hit the mask. She can't quite cover that one up. Another quick transition back, regroup. Harrington's going to throw that in deep. Oh, almost misread between the goaltender and one of her defenders, and Walsh finally gets that out. Sees them on their own, dishes that one off. Wrong. He ties that one up.
Yeah.
Puck comes out right in between the two blue defenders. Harrington has to go back all the way to retrieve. He puts that right up to blue line. That's offside on the play. Three minutes remaining in the game. Yes, quick transition. Lie on breakaway. Goes low, turned aside. Turn around, kept in by Fischler. Fischler on the wraparound attempt. Rebound that scored, put in by number 56. You over to Lie off the face off. Lie comes up within the corner. He throws that in the slot. Hugh puts that back to Fischler. Fischler's shot gets deflected. That'll drop past number 12. It's that back to her D. It's 56 tries to take the difficult path out of the zone there. Hugh picks that back up. Puts it over. They do a little deep pair back and forth. That was solid possession to get out of the zone on that sequence. Last minute in play. Straight up to the point. That gets deflected down. Cleared by number 6. Tipped in, just drifts off the stick in number 64, so she's going to throw that low. Layla to retrieve behind her own net. Layla comes up with it. Is in 2-on-2. Sent in deep. Serby recovers that. No look pass to the D. Goes all the way down. Coda plays that up nice for Harrington, but puck gets turned over just a little bit. Everyone gets excited there and offside, and that'll finish the game up here. For the last game, they practiced a few shootouts, but I don't think that is the case. Hopefully, it's not the case here. Nope. So, gold team undefeated here, so they will get hats for their efforts this weekend. Sign off here. Thanks for watching.